Hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am going to be doing a full face of some of my favorite drugstore alternatives to a higher end version. These are not dupes. I'm calling them alternatives because I think that they are similar in their formula and how they lay on my skin. These are products that I just stumbled across as I was trying them out, and I thought I would share them with you today. If you are joining me, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I am a new content creator here on YouTube. So if you click that button to join me today, thank you again so much. If you like this style of video, please consider subscribing and hit that thumbs up button. All right, and without further ado, grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's go do our makeup. Oh, and by the way, this is, if you enjoy podcasts and true crime, this is one of my absolute favorites. These ladies, Ashley and Britt, are amazing. So this is from their merch store maybe a couple of years ago. So check them out if you're into true crime podcasts. Okay, so let's jump into this. I'm going to start with a drugstore primer. I don't have any high-end primers that I have been using lately. So this is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is just a really great primer. It is smoothing on the skin. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's kind of like a whipped texture, just really nice. And it does rub in nicely. I'll show you on my face here. I wouldn't say that it necessarily helps my makeup to stay on longer, but it certainly helps it to go on smoother and just lay a little bit nicer. It gives you a little bit of extra moisture, especially this time of year where I am. It's starting to get cooler. We're dropping down into the 30s and 40s during the day. So it just gives me a little bit of extra moisture when that air gets dry. Okay. So for reference, I am 40 years old. I do have combination skin. I have a little bit of dryness in specific areas just from using tretinoin. I do have some adult acne. So the tretinoin does help with that. This is not a good time right now, but I have some fine lines around my eyes, just some things that I, like to cover. So this is an example of one of my favorite foundations. And I recently stumbled across a drugstore alternative for it, and I was just thrilled. So I'm going to show you what the higher end version of this product is, and then its alternative. So this is the Clinique Even Better Makeup Foundation. I love this foundation. It is smoothing. It doesn't break me out. It goes on like a moisturizer. And I'll show you here just a little bit on the back of my hand, just how, if you can tell, kind of smooth it is. It's so hard to describe unless you see it on your skin. It becomes one with your skin. It's beautiful. I was shopping with my daughter in Target a couple of weeks ago, and I decided to try the Revlon Illuminance foundation. There's 5% squalene in it and hyaluronic acid. I've heard really good things about this from other creators on YouTube, and I thought I'm going to give this a try. I did not need another foundation. However, I'm glad I did because it is so similar. It blends into your skin to a medium coverage, blends right in, almost undetectable on the skin. It is so similar. Once it blends in, it's almost like a moisturizer. I'd say they're both medium coverage. I'd say they're both a natural finish on the skin. They're so similar. The only thing I will say about this one, unfortunately, is that I think it's breaking me out. We're going to try it one more time and just see. However, it's beautiful. I'm going to show you one more today. I'm not using this today, but it is another one that is very, very similar, and that is the Almay TLC Truly Lasting Color 16-Hour Makeup Foundation. This is another one that is extremely similar to the Clinique. Blends in, medium coverage, satiny-like finish. This one does not break me out. This one is hypoallergenic, oil-free. This one does not break me out. I love it. Very similar, again, to the Clinique Even Better makeup. However, I want to try this one again because it's so beautiful. If it breaks me out, then I'll know. But we're going to go in with this today. All right, so I'm just going to go in with one pump. It's probably too much, but just to kind of show you the consistency, it is on the thinner side. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm going to go in with that today. Oh, you can see. Ooh, time to get my hair touched up. I'm getting some gray popping through there. Okay, but I'm going to just blend this in, and you can see, actually, I will show you what it looks like with fingertips as well. Just up here, go in with my fingertips and just right off. It doesn't, it covers, but it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. Now, I'm not going to go up under my eyes with this foundation. I actually do with the Clinique, but with most foundations, I don't go up underneath of my eyes because I find it just looks a little heavy. I will go in with concealer. But you can see a little bit of a difference. I have some breakouts over here, but you can see just, a nice light to medium coverage right now, and it does build up a little bit. I do find this one's hard to overdo. I've built this one up just to kind of push it to see how much I could do, and it doesn't look heavy. Okay, and here we have, with the exception of my under eye area, one layer. As you can see, it gave me a little bit of coverage there. It does look a little bit lighter on camera, the shade, than it does in the mirror here. And I think it does oxidize just a hair, but you can see what one layer did. We're going to go back in and we'll build this up just a little bit. All right, so you can see how this is blending, how it's building up a little bit. You're not going to get full coverage from this. But I've built it up to pretty much a medium coverage here. And that is typically what I go for. I like full coverage, but I'm okay with a medium. So this is the finish of the Revlon Illuminance Foundation. And because these are not really dupes, they are just similar, I'm not doing a side-by-side. Some of the colors are a little bit off, but I am going to be using only drugstore on my face today. Okay. Next up is concealer, and I was really excited to find this one. Again, not really a dupe, but I do think they are very similar. So this is the first time I have tried the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I tried the mini because I really just wanted to see, I just want to give it a try and see what it looked like. This is not the right shade. It's just too light for me. It's nice. I've used others that I like more, but it's a nice, medium to full coverage concealer. And I came across the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. Oh, and by the way, this is in the shade Light 2 Vanilla. It's too light for me again. And this one has an odd undertone, but it was the closest I could get. This is the shade Light. Number 7 does not have a good shade range. So unfortunately, if you can find your shade, this is a pretty close alternative in my opinion. Not the color, ignore the color, but just in the way that it lays on my skin. I find that this works just as well. The coverage is very similar. The finish is similar. I like it. I really, actually, I prefer the number 7 to the NARS. So I probably will not purchase the NARS again, honestly. There's too many other there's too many other concealers that I really enjoy. So I'm not going to be purchasing it again. But this one is certainly a great alternative and just a really nice concealer. Now, I'm not going to be putting this under my eyes. I'm going to go in with a different one under my eyes because that undertone is just a little odd. So I am actually going to add a product here. Okay, so I'm going to go under my eyes. I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. This is a really reliable concealer. Pretty full coverage, stays put. I trust it under my eyes. I'm just going to go in with my fingers and blend that out a little bit. That's actually too much. So again, not really an alternative to a higher end, but it is beautiful. I mean, you can see the difference right there. No color corrector. It does have sort of a peachy undertone. The shade I have is, let's see, Light Honey. That's a pretty good shade match for me. And there is the concealers and the Revlon Illuminants. What I'm going to do is go in with a damp sponge and I'm going to just kind of press everything in and get up any excess. But this one is just so pretty and it just looks so, throughout the day, it just looks better and better. It's one of those foundations. So there you have it. Oh, what is going on with my hair today? So the next couple of products are not necessarily alternatives. So I am going to keep this with Drugstore today, and I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. This is in the shade Light, okay? And these lids drive me bonkers. They pop off all the time. But this is just a nice, sort of a glowy bronzer, blends right in, difficult to overdo. That's what I like. So I'm going to go in with a brush, sort of a contoured brush, and I'm going to just go in with this really quickly, just to kind of keep it with Drugstore. All right, next up is blush. I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Better Believe It blush. This is in the shade Pink Sands. You can see it's just sort of there's multi-colors here. Almost, it's really hard to see, honestly, even, on my fairer skin tone, but just really nice. I can't mess it up. Can throw it on. I'm not great at placement of complexion products like this, so I really like it when I can just go in with a product, throw it on, and it looks fine. Can't mess it up. So there you have it. Is my out of the corner of my eye, I saw someone walking around out in my yard. Made me jump. It was just my husband. Okay. All right, and then highlighter. I'm going to go in with the Essence. Again, these lids drive me crazy. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is in the shade Be My Highlight. I don't know if they have multiple shades, to be honest. I've had this for a while and I've hardly made a dent, and I use it every single day. It's beautiful. It is smooth. It's glowy. I don't like glitter, especially not on my skin these days. Maybe in my 20s, not anymore. But this is just such a pretty highlight. It's glowy, just on the high points of my face. Nice. I want to move through those kind of quickly because I don't have a higher end. There's not an alternative for anything. So wanted to get through those. I'm going to go in and do my brows off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so next up is an alternative to a couple of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and those are the Natasha Denona mini palettes. I have two of them. I've tried another one. My sister has a different shade, and I can't remember what that one is. I have the Mini Nude palette. That's the one on top here, and this is the Mini Glam palette. These are great. I've never purchased a full Natasha Denona palette. They are expensive, so these little ones are just, in my opinion, a way to kind of try the formula, and I fell in love with them. So I travel with these. I love these. They are $27 each, so that can start to add up. However, I have found a couple of alternatives. These are the e.l.f. Bite Size palettes. These are $3 a piece. $3. Okay, there's a bunch of different options. I only purchase the ones that I know I'm going to use. I have the Truffles palette. I have Pumpkin Pie. This is Cream and Sugar. This is one of my favorites. And I have the I Love You a Latte. This is all mattes. This is one of my, actually this is my favorite. This is beautiful. It is it's the only one that's all matte that I am aware of. Okay, and so I found a 5-pan palette, and I talked about this in another video. This is the Wet n Wild Marilyn Monroe limited edition palette, and when I saw this, I thought it's a 5-pan, and these are beautiful. They're again not by any means a dupe. However, I found some similar shades in here, and I just thought I've got to try this. This one for Wet n Wild was a little bit pricier. It was $10. It is limited edition, and it came with a flat brush that I won't be using, but just a really great alternative. So I thought, you know what, I am going to grab this up because it looks so similar. Okay, I'm going to start with this shade right here. This has sort of like a peachy tone to it, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to just start building up a crease with this. I did another video where I talked about my thoughts on it, and I just love Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild's formula. So my right eye is a little bit stubborn. I know I mentioned this in another video, but it won't blend. I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed. I don't know what is going on here, but anyway. Okay, next shade I'm going to use is this one. I'm going to go in with just a little bit less fluffy brush here and go in over top of that shade, just to kind of mix them together and create a crease here. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It won't blend. It just doesn't look the same. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but it's very irritating. Oh, I love this little palette. I love when I find an inexpensive palette like this that I can travel with. It annoys me when I have to use more than one eyeshadow palette to get the look that I want. So I will go in with this shade here in the I Love You a Latte palette, that shade that's similar to my skin tone, and put that down all over my lid so that I have a base for any shimmers that I put down. But it's not a necessity. It's good there. And next I think I'm going to do that actually. I think I'm going to go in with this little shade right here over my lid, just a bit. Lay down a base for the shimmer that I'm going to use from the Wet n Wild palette. These have some pigment to them. Next, I'm going to go in with my finger again. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And when I first tried this, it's kind of like a gold shade, but it looked glittery, but not when you build it up. It's got like a peachy, I don't know, coral tone to it. Okay, there is that. Now, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a densely packed fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade here on the end. This one is nice. It is hard to find a good dark brown shade. I use this on the outer corner, but this one is really good. It is pigmented, it blends, it is not patchy. I have to be careful because it's pigmented for sure. I don't take it up into my crease. I just find that ends up kind of making the droopiness I have going on, slightly hooded eye, look worse. So in here, and I'm going to, oh, see, it's just, I could not believe how much I liked this brown. And I am not a makeup artist. No, I didn't mention that, but I'm a working mom. So, you know, part of this is I just need products that work well for me, easy to use. I can't mess them up. Just reliable products that I can throw on the weekend or when I'm getting ready for work. So we like to look nice and put together. And so those are the products that I reach for the most, that I just they're user-friendly, lack of a better way to put it. That's what I go for. I'm going to go back in with this fluffy brush I used first with that peachy shade and just sort of blend everything together. Seamless, no rough edges or anything. And this is worn off. This is the Wet n Wild. I have a backup that I found at the Dollar Tree. You can find this at the dollar store. Actually, probably even cheaper at some drugstores. I've seen it for under $1. This is the Color Icon Kohl eyeliner in the shade Simma Brown Now. Just a pencil that you sharpen. I'm going to go under my eye very gently. Not a lot. Just to define the eye a little bit. Don't poke yourself in the eye like I do sometimes. Okay, there's that. All right. And so I'm going to do, I don't use a lot of eyeliner. Gosh, I really need a touch-up. Thankfully, I go on Tuesday. I am going to go in next with, oh, I was super excited to find this one. So this is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip, I don't know what you call it. Like a combination of a gloss, a balm, and a lipstick all in one. It goes on sort of sheer. It's pretty sticky, but it's really pigmented. This is the shade Hibiscus. I was walking around the Dollar Tree, and I found this. It's the Ione is the brand. You've probably heard of it. It's a shea butter lipstick in the shade Safari Nude. I picked it up just to give it a try. There's another shade I have in China Silk, a little bit more peachy. This one is my favorite. When I put this on, it looks like it's a lipstick, but it is a very similar. Doesn't look like it on my hand here, but when you get this on your lips, it's basically the same thing. It is a combination of lipstick, gloss, and balm, feels hydrating. It is basically the same thing. It's not the same color. I went back and I bought another one in this shade so that I'd have a backup, and now I can't find it, so I'm glad I did. But look for this, the Ione Shea Butter Lipstick. Again, this is in the shade Safari Nude. And then I have this one. This one's nice too. I just prefer the other shade. This is more of a peachy, but you can see it's got some sheen to it. Looks very similar on the skin. Dollar Tree. This brand, Ione. Check out this brand. I am getting ready to try a brow pencil from them, so I will let you know how that goes. But I've been using that over this. This was, I don't remember how much I paid for, but it was significantly more expensive. And I love this, don't get me wrong. This is beautiful. I'd buy it again. But when you can find a $1.25 alternative to a product, I mean, you can't go wrong. All right, moving right along. I'm going to show you a setting spray, and I actually did not bring the higher end alternative down with me, but I love the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. I'm not even sure if it's really intended to be a setting spray, but I love how it melts everything together. All the powder you put on your skin, it just all seems to melt together seamlessly. I am almost out of that, and I thought I'm going to try a drugstore spray. But I picked up the NYX Bear With Me 8-hour, what do they call this, multitasking spray. It even sort of reminds me of the scent of the MAC Fix Plus. It's very similar. Melts everything together. Really fresh smell, not exactly the same, but it just kind of melts everything together. Gives you a little bit of a glow. Now, NYX is still a little bit pricey for drugstore. You know, NYX products are on the higher end, but still less expensive than the MAC Fix Plus. Will I stop purchasing the MAC? No. I love it. But I'm going to get through this since I do like it before I go and repurchase another one. So, all right. Finally, mascara. I really do not have a good drugstore alternative for any of my favorite higher end. I like what I like. So I love the Tarte tubing mascara is one of my favorites. Haven't found any tubing mascara anyway that I like as much as that one. Another favorite of mine is the Maybelline Sky High. This is beautiful. I love this. So this is the one I've been using more recently, and the only one that I use on my lower lash line for the most part. I also like the Milani Highly Rated mascara. It's in the gold tube with the black cap. That's a good one. I just used one of those up. Those are a couple of drugstore mascaras that I have tried. While I was at the Dollar Tree last night, I picked up a couple of mascaras, and I think I may give one a try today. This is the Ione Dramatic Black Mascara. This is supposed to be volumizing. This is what the brush looks like. I'll pull that out and we'll take a look at it. I also picked up the LA Colors Lengthening Mascara. That type of brush is usually volumizing, so we'll see. I'm going to open these up and just take a look at the wands and then decide which one I'm going to try today. Okay, so for the LA Colors, this is my favorite color. That magenta, that's probably what caught my eye first. But it is interesting, okay. Volumizing wand, okay. Let's give that one a try on this side. I'm like I said, I am picky about mascara and how well it works. I need it to work immediately or I'm not going to use it again. So not terrible. Right off the bat, it's not doing a whole lot. No. It's not terrible, but it's not. It's just okay. In a pinch, it's fine. Let's go in with the Ione and give that a try. Okay, this is a really thick tube, but oh, wow. Oh, that's a huge brush. Ooh, okay. Let's try this on the other eye here. Holy moly, that's big. Goodness. Again, I'm very particular about mascara. Actually, that one's not bad. This one's better. Okay, I don't hate this. Maybe I'll go in and build up this other side. Yeah, this one is not. It's already falling, drooping. Ione really, I mean, every product I've tried by Ione so far has been very good quality. I'm surprised that it's sold only in dollar stores, at least that I can have seen, that I'm aware of. I'm not sure about this. It's such a big brush. It's a little hard to use. All right, would I buy this again? No, I wouldn't. But it's not bad for a Dollar Tree mascara. I'm going to go over it, though, with my Sky High, because I just feel that it needs a little bit of help. There we go. I mean, honestly, in a pinch, I have found quite a few gems at the Dollar Tree. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. I don't know what's going on with my hair today. All right, so this is the finished look. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. I will chat with you next time. Bye.